Recently, protests has broken out in McCurtain County, Oklahoma, over an audio leak of the county's law enforcement and government officials discussing their desire to kill two local reporters, as well as wishing that they can go back to the days of lynching Black Americans and beating them. For a little more detail now, what I want to do is take a moment to read a few segments from an article, and then we'll get back into the discussion. The governor of Oklahoma has demanded the resignation of high-ranking officials in a rural county following the release of a recording in which they discuss violently assaulting and killing two local reporters, as well as expressing regret that they could no longer hang Black individuals with a rope. Governor Kevin Stitt also called on McCurtain County Sheriff Kevin Clardy, County Commissioner Mark Jennings, Sheriff's investigator Alicia Manning, and jail administrator Larry Hendricks to step down from their positions. Stitt issued a statement on Sunday condemning the comments, stating that such hateful language has no place in Oklahoma, particularly among public officials. I am both appalled and disheartened to hear the horrid comments made by officials in McCurtain County, Stitt said. There is simply no place for such hateful rhetoric in the state of Oklahoma, especially by those that serve to represent the community through their respective office. He has also directed the Oklahoma State Bureau of Investigation to conduct a probe into any possible criminal behavior. The full audio recording has been submitted to both the FBI and the Oklahoma Attorney General's office. Now what I'd like to do next is play a quick 2-minute news clip for you where they have transcribed the audio. Now in the description box below, I will leave a link to the full original leaked audio, which isn't transcribed, but I'm warning you ahead of time, their accents are really strong and borderline impossible to understand off the first listen.
Evan, those recordings were captured by a McCurtain Gazette reporter. In it, you can hear the sheriff as well as a county commissioner talking. It was happening during a county commission meeting, actually after the meeting, and now state authorities are investigating, and the governor is calling for several resignations.
I know where two big depots are if you ever need them. I got an excavator. These are pre-dug.
The McCurtain Gazette says that is audio of McCurtain County Commissioner Mark Jennings and Sheriff Kevin Clardy talking about killing two of the paper's reporters. The paper is currently suing the county over an alleged Open Records Act violation. The threat seems to get more specific as Jennings talks with Sheriff's investigator Alicia Manning.
I've known 2 or 3 hitmen that are very quiet guys. Yeah. And would cut no mercy. Yeah. In Louisiana. Because it was all mafia around. Yeah.
The conversation between the officials eventually became racist. Commissioner Jennings complaining to Sheriff Clardy about not being able to kill or beat Black people.
If it was back in the day, you take a damn blackjack, whoop through, and throw them in the cell, I'd run for sheriff. Yeah. Well, it's not like that no more. I know. We'll take them down here on Mud Creek and hang them up with the damn rope. Yeah. But you can't do that. The thing about it is, they got more rights than we got.
The mayor of Idabel, which is the county seat for McCurtain County, Craig Young, joining the governor in calling for resignations. Governor Stitt saying there is no place for such hateful rhetoric in the state. Stitt called on OSBI to investigate to determine whether anything illegal happened. The McCurtain Gazette chose to release only portions of the recording, but reports that the entire recording was sent to the FBI and the Attorney General's office.
This is an ongoing investigation that we've been looking at for several days.
I find it very interesting that we're starting to hear more and more reports about law enforcement and lawmakers' desire to bring back lynchings. I think it was about 2 months ago that I did a story about a Tennessee lawmaker who was on record for wanting to make an amendment to a new bill that would reinstate legal lynchings in Tennessee. And I'll play that video for you right now in case you missed it.
Leader Sherrill. Thank you, Chairman. And thank you, Representative Powers, for bringing this. I think it's a very good idea. And I was just wondering about, could I put an amendment on that? It would include hanging by a tree also. And also, I would like to sign on to your bill, sir. Thank you.
Now I'll end today's video with this. When you're in these rural areas of Tennessee and Oklahoma, brothers and sisters, just please be careful. And it's not just Tennessee and Oklahoma. All rural areas are pretty sketchy for the most part. As many of you already know, I'm originally from Chicago, and I can tell you this much, and anybody else can tell you the same as well. Once you leave out of Cook County, which is the county that Chicago is in, once you leave outside of Cook County lines, going south headed into rural Illinois, it's a whole nother world, to say the very least. So just watch yourself and be careful, because these folks are out here in these rural areas lurking, wishing that they can go back to the quote good old days. So with all that being said, that does it for today's video. Please make sure you hit the subscribe button as well as the bell notification next to the subscribe button so you can be notified whenever I release a new video. All social media links will be pinned in the comment section below. I also have a Telegram group now, so if you have Telegram, make sure to hit the link in the description box below as well as pinned in the comment section to join my Telegram group. And also, please make sure you text tdhiphop to number 33222. That's tdhiphop to number 33222. That way you'll get a text notification whenever I release a new video, but it also serves as an insurance plan for myself. So in case YouTube ever gives me the axe, I'll be able to send you a direct link to where you can find me next. And last but certainly not least, for those of you who have a love and appreciation for the work that I put in on this channel, the number one way you can show your support is through Patreon. For only $3 a month, that will help put me in position to take TD Hip Hop Media off of YouTube. Remember, the goal is not to grow big on YouTube, but to grow independent of YouTube. And for those of you who have issues with joining Patreon, you can also hit the join button that's next to the subscribe button, and that way you can become an official channel member for as little as $3 a month as well. And lastly, if you haven't already, please make sure you join the emailing list. There is no way that I can go independent of YouTube if I cannot take the audience with me. And the link to that will be pinned in the comment section as well. Thank you for your time, and until the next video, peace.